ASOS bridesmaid dress inspiration for your winter wedding.
Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Rebecca, this is Laura, and today we are taking a look at what is on offer at ASOS, which, if you don't know, is an online retailer, to see what they have in stock, or I was going to say in store, but it's a virtual store, so for bridesmaids. And say we're focusing on winter weddings, so you'll really see that in the colours that we've chosen. So yeah, having a look a bit about the quality, maybe giving, I'm modelling them, so giving you a kind of different idea from maybe the models on the website on a different look, what they look like in a different shape, and yeah, just giving you our thoughts on fit and things. So here you are.
First up, we've got the ASOS Design Bare Shoulder Prom Scuba Midi Dress. Now this is £65. It is a forest green colour, so a lovely autumn winter bridesmaid dress colour option. And you're wearing a size 10, is that right?
I believe so. So yeah, all of these are a mix of a size 10 or 12, but like, no, it's just based on what they had in stock at the time, but I know they have the other sizes now and stuff, so do have a look. But
one thing to bear in mind with this dress is there are no kind of zips or fastenings to help you get in and out of it, so I think that's just something that if your bridesmaids have got a full face of hair and makeup done on the wedding day, it might be a little bit of a struggle to get in and out of the dress.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those where you're like dislocating a shoulder to try and get in and out of it. Now, I should say, when we looked at this online, this was the one I actually had the most hope for. I was the most excited about this one. And yeah, well, here we go. It did have, like, as I think it looks on the website, a really good like thickness to this fabric. So although it's this kind of shorter length dress, and the shortest of the ones that we're showing you, which in terms of length maybe doesn't scream winter wedding, but the thickness, it has that weight to it, which again, you wouldn't want to wear that, I think, really in a summer wedding. You would definitely be too hot.
So yeah, although you've got kind of a bare shoulder, adds a bit of warmth to the bridesmaids.
Yeah. And that fabric, it does have some stretch to it, so as much as say about dislocating your shoulder to get in and out of it, there is some stretch to that fabric. It's not a totally solid shape, despite its kind of tailored look with the design. I did like that design, but I liked it more on the website than in person.
I think with a lot of dresses, when they're professionally photographed and modelled, you can like pin bits in and clip bits where behind, so it looks like the best it could possibly look in the photos, because they're selling you that product on. And now this might just be a body shape thing, or just different, yes, everyone's different sizes and shapes. There's maybe a bit of extra fabric in places where there didn't seem to be on the model, so it kind of made it a bit bulky in certain places, or there are more folds and ruches in different places, which may have contributed to maybe you not feeling it quite as much.
Yeah, I think it looks more elegant and sort of sophisticated and a bit more elongated on the model on the website. I felt like Princess Fiona from Shrek, which, you know, this is the look you're going for, but, you know, that's cool. What I will say for it is inside, so I backtrack. I didn't actually need to wear a bra with this dress. You could have worn a strapless bra, but there wasn't much space in there for me. But obviously, if you're smaller up top, that won't be an issue trying to fit one in. If you're feeling really keen to wear a bra, but I didn't feel the need to, in the sense that because it is that thicker fabric, it's fitted around the top, so I did feel held and secure, and not like I was going to be exposed in a cold breeze kind of situation. And there is actually a piece of lining around the torso, which is really useful. And do, if you get this dress, remember to pull that bit down inside, because what it I think is there for is to cover the very thick seam of where just like round your waist where all the fabric is attached, and it's quite rough underneath, but that pulls down far enough underneath to sit between you and it. So I feel like they thought that through, and that's great. And as it adds that extra layer for cold weather issues. But
yeah, and the other thing is the way it's styled with kind of some fabric across your shoulder. If you're someone who's particularly keen on arm dancing, you might struggle a little bit. One side anyway.
Yes,
the other side, but that might not matter when you weigh into your
but
reception.
I felt even dancing aside, I think just general movement around where you like helping with things, lifting things, you know, it's going to ride up. You could wear it on top of your shoulder. Yeah, but again, it just doesn't look quite right. But but it was wearable on top of your shoulder with that sleeve. So overall with this one, I say it's a decent fit. It is comfortable, relatively true to size, I would say, but not great for dancing in. Will ride up, but you can eat in it,
which is very important.
Yes.
The second dress we're going to look at is the Pretty Lavish one shoulder satin midi dress, and this comes in the colour plum, and was £75. And this one is a size 12 that you're wearing.
It is.
And quite a generous sizing, would you say?
Yeah, so I mean, to be fair, I normally am somewhere between a 10 and a 12, so you could argue obviously that it seems generous because I'm between sizes, but yeah, there's definitely space everywhere, including around the bust, and that tends to be where I'm more of a size 12 than everywhere else, if you see what I mean. Yes, so again, if you're between sizes, like me, or whatever size, I'd maybe size down if you're effing and butting, because I don't know about you, but for me, with it, when I see this kind of style of dress, so the sort of silky satin, like more kind of fitted shape, I kind of go, oh, I'm going to size up on that. I'm like, don't want that clinging too much, and you know, all this kind of thing. But yeah, that's not really a concern here. Yeah, it wasn't clinging, and the fabric was, in my opinion, decent enough that it wasn't showing lumps, bumps, unwantedness.
Was it lined inside, or
no?
So it didn't have a lining.
No,
okay.
So again, you would think that wouldn't help with the showing things, but yeah, it's not lined at all. No.
But this one, it doesn't necessarily scream, the fabric and how much kind of skin is on show maybe doesn't scream winter wedding, but the colour definitely does. And
I did love the colour.
It's still a midi dress, so you have got the coverage there, but you've got the slit to the side to kind of allow easy walking and dancing.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it brings a bit more glam end to it. Yeah, easier to get in and out of this one because there is a zip up and down the side, and as well, I think side zips make it easier for if you're trying to get dressed unaided.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than now, I have weirdly flexible triceps, so I don't actually have a problem with it. But a lot of people are like, how do you? Yeah.
Sliding that humble brag in there.
Humble brag, something you really needed to know about me. Flexible triceps. So yeah, easier to get in and out of, but as it no lining and therefore no kind of inbuilt support in here, but you can easily wear a strapless bra with it.
Is that maybe where the positives end?
Yes, for me, yes. Yeah, it's another one where again on the website I was like, oh, this could be quite good, and yeah, disappointed in person on my personal physique. But that's obviously a part of the point of this video is a different body type to what you're seeing on the website. So yeah, and that was mainly about how things fell, like the pleats. Something weird going on with the neckline. at least the one I got sent, did not sit at all like it does on the model on the website. And I don't know if I've got a more full bust perhaps than the woman on the website, and so whether that is pulling the fabric differently, but as I say, there was still space in there, so it's not like I pulled it taut. But yeah, it's that funny, all the ruching around the waist, it just was like disorganized and yeah, folded badly, and
Do you think it could have been salvaged by like steaming and pressing?
It was an easy crease dress, so I hadn't steamed it or anything to put it on for this, so that would have helped with some of the creasing that you can see. But I think you'd have to dedicate a lot of time and work to do that, and then not touch it till you moved it to the venue to put it on. Yeah.
So this one didn't quite work. That particular dress, maybe an exception, possibly might work for you. Lovely colour.
Lovely colour. Loved the colour.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, very similar to what you're wearing now.
Yes. And I said it was comfortable, and I could move, dance, and eat in it. So that's good for a wedding.
We're going green again with our next pick. This is the Anaya Bridesmaid tulle one shoulder maxi dress, and this one is £80 and is probably the most, well, as it's in the name, it says bridesmaid, it is the most kind of traditionally bridesmaid dress out of the few that we've picked for this video. This is in emerald green, again brilliant colour for the winter months. These kind of like dark jewel tones really work for winter weddings.
Yes. And so this is in a size 12 again, a very generous 12, and still around the bust area, still very generous as well. So if you're thinking on kind of bigger up top, like what do I do? If you're between sizes, say downward of the sizes, but very comfortable dress again. Like I say, I think all the ones so far I've been saying, yeah, they're comfortable, I can't knock them on that, and it did feel as like the most bridesmaidy, but it just felt kind of plain. It needed a bit of something, and I think that bit of something would have been just like a sparkly belt or beaded belt of some kind just around where the seam is on the waist. It would have elevate it, and obviously you can do that, you can add
that's something really easy to add, to kind of just add that added detail and interest to elevate it a bit. And
actually a thought I had about this one was that if you're wanting all your bridesmaids in the same dress, I feel like this one could lend itself relatively easily to a lot of different height shapes, what people like and stuff. Like I think you could kind of, most people I feel would be able to be happy in it. I say it may not be that, like obviously everyone's most favourite dress, but I don't think anyone would be unhappy in it, is what I'm saying. And then I say if you just elevate it a bit with a bit of a belt or something, I think that would be necessary.
I think because it's this is the full length dress, so it's just kind of a big block of colour, like one colour, so just that belt to break it up a bit. I mean obviously the tulle, it does give interest in the sense of like it means there's some kind of lines in it, it goes slightly different way at the top from the bottom, so it's not plain, but it somehow looks, it is plain. Do you know what size heels you were wearing in this dress?
I would know, but I would say they were like 2.5 inch heels, I would say. So as I mentioned before, I'm about 5'6". With no shoes, this did trail on the ground, but in shoes, it was just above floor skimming, so would pass as just perfect for me. But I think it would actually be quite easy to have this length altered if you needed to for different height bridesmaids. Partly because actually so this dress is lined underneath, which is great, and that's stitched in as well, so it's not moving separate from the dress. And for winter, adds that extra bit of warmth. Lots of big ticks there. But yeah, the lining is probably about that much shorter than the tulle on the outside, so if you just need to trim a bit of tulle off, you could probably do that relatively easily yourself.
Possibly.
If you're feeling confident. I'm not confident with those things, but you might be. Yeah, so if you just needed to lose a little bit, but even if you had to lose some of the lining, I say because of the design of the dress and it just drops, there's no kind of beading or detailing down there and stuff, quite easy to get altered professionally.
Yeah. So this one has another side zip fastening, so easier to get in and out of, which is always a bonus.
Yes, by yourself. Again.
Yeah.
If you don't have those flexible triceps.
Yes.
Oh dear, I'm going to regret saying that one, don't I? But yeah. And then in terms of bra wearing, again, works perfectly well with a strapless bra under there, plenty of space. There's no, I say, whilst the dress is lined, it's not thick, and there's no inbuilt support in there. So if you feel like you need a bit of support, there is space for a strapless bra under there, which is great. I should mention, it has a nice leg slit in it as well, and so why I don't know why I'm stuck on this it being plain thing, because it does have things going on, but yeah, so yeah, it does have a nice leg slit in there for a bit more glam. Yeah, you can dance in it, you can eat in it, and it's comfortable.
From a dress that was on the plainer side to one that will make a real impact. Our final dress that we're looking at today is this sparkly sequin silver twist pleat maxi dress by ASOS Designs, and this one is £60, and you've got that in a size 10. And yeah, this one, great for a winter wedding, but if you're having a Christmas wedding especially, why not just have your bridesmaids be disco balls, essentially?
Especially if you're going with the disco ball trend,
Yeah.
like that we're seeing coming in. I think that's a great idea. And yeah, a little like giveaway to what we're going to say. This was my favourite of all the dresses too. What was your favourite?
Oh, you put me on the spot there.
Think about it. Get back to me at the end.
I mean, I do like.
Tell me at the end.
I do like a bit of sparkle. One thing to think about is obviously it is a light colour. Silver can photograph white, so you've got to be intentional that you want your bridesmaids in something maybe a similar tone to potentially your wedding outfit, but you can have your bridesmaids wearing whatever you want, so go for it if you want to.
So whilst this is described as a maxi dress, it is ankle length on me and on the model on the website, it looks like. So if you've skipped ahead to this point in the video, I'm about 5'6", so yeah, so if you're around that, it'll hit you around the ankle.
There's no zip on this one, but there is a button fastening at the back which helps a bit to kind of get over, I guess it's an over the head.
It is an over the head, yeah.
One, so just be wary of that if you've got all your hair and makeup done.
Yeah, but it does give you a bigger opening to get your head through, whereas the others, I say, they're all size or non, so it's still getting your head through, but
and it comes with a spare button just in case anything happens to the first one.
Yeah, which I think is a good, like, a quality touch that you know, I wouldn't necessarily expect that from an online retailer that's not a high-end retailer, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's a great point.
And something to think about, as with all outfits that are made entirely of sequins, you are likely to be leaving a trail of sequins in your wake wherever you go around the wedding. So just bear that in mind, that you'll probably be adding to the sparkly decor to the wedding reception venue.
You might see that as a bonus. Yeah.
Maybe.
And if you're wondering whether it being made entirely of sequins means that it's sort of scratchy and uncomfortable to wear, in my opinion, at least for the period of time I had it on, that wasn't the case. It was perfectly comfortable. It is lined. It's not a thick lining, but it's enough to have that layer of protection between you and all the sequins. The lining is not stitched in all the way down, so there was a little bit of, because the lining, this dress is quite fitted, particularly around sort of the hips, butt and legs, so the lining, obviously depending what size you get, but could ride up a little bit, and I feel like it could, so if it had been attached, I don't know, like, yeah, it's not, the lining's not fully attached. Do with that what you want.
There is a thigh-high leg slit in this, so that probably, because it's quite a fitted dress, that will help with movement and walking.
And dancing.
Yes, and dancing. Important. All the important things.
So with this one, because of the cut of it, you, again, can easily wear a bra with it. Probably a strapless bra still, even though it's got sort of shoulders to it, just because it cuts in a little bit, so you might see a strap or two, or if you've got a fancy one you can do other things with, obviously that would work too. And also actually it has this cutout on one side, but it just sits just in the perfect place where you can still wear the bra and it doesn't show around your side, like it's close. And I guess if you had a really wide strap around this, like fastening around the side, it would show, but maybe a bit of tape, body tape, that might hold that in place if you're concerned. But for me, it wasn't on show, and I was able to put that strapless bra on, which again I needed to, because I want that support. There's no inbuilt support, and so whilst it's lined, it's thin. So the only other thing about that side cutaway bit is that I just find it a little bit odd, personally. It's just on one side, which I think is maybe why I was a bit like, oh, is that supposed to be there initially when I had it on? And then I'm looking at the picture going, oh yeah, it's supposed to be there. And trying to work out how it was supposed to sit and fall. Now, say, like, I got a size 10, I'm between size 10 and 12, so it's maybe supposed to be a little bit looser and look slightly different, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still like the dress and it wouldn't stop me wearing it or anything like that. Yeah, just sort of flagging it for attention, really, like, so that you kind of, you notice that it's there before you buy it.
Because I don't know if I personally am not really comfortable with outfits with like cutouts, so that's just something to bear in mind if you've got bridesmaids of different shapes and sizes. But it's not huge.
No, it's not huge, and I think that's quite an on-trend thing right now. Yeah, it's just whether people are comfortable with it.
Personal opinion. And this one, I mean, even with the sequins, it's already got a lot of interest, but it's also got the design features on the front, like the front twists and knot sections, so just added details to the dress. So yeah, no plain Jane in this dress.
No plain Jane. No. So there, overall, we liked it. It's a good fit, but has, I think, a slightly different look on the website to on me, just me, because again, I have maybe fuller bust than the model on the website. So I think on the website it has kind of almost 1920s feel to it, but because I kind of fill it out and pull it differently, I feel like it does maybe have that on me, which I liked on the website, so I don't know, just to bear in mind. But yes, but I did think it was still a good fit. I could dance in it, I can eat in it, but it might just ride up a little bit from time to time, so you might just have to give it an occasional tug. But my favourite, as I say. Have you decided which one your favourite was? So that was the 4 dresses, so which is?
I think possibly the first one.
The emerald green scuba.
Sorry, forest green scuba one. Sorry. Yes, I think the colour, was the winner for me. Yeah.
Green is my favourite.
So yeah, whether the dress itself would be the one I would choose, I'm not sure, but I think something about, I was just a big fan of that colour. So yeah, they're just 4 dresses we've picked off ASOS, just to give you a flavour of what they've got available for the dresses that would work as bridesmaid dresses, especially winter bridesmaid dresses. Let us know what you think. Are any of these a contender for your wedding, or if you're going to be a bridesmaid, are you going to be putting forward any of these dresses as the one to choose. We'll have all the details of the dresses linked in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.